Record. There we go. Not going to forget anymore. Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I was frantically trying to put this together in my hotel room
Um,
with a lot of noise going on.
uh,
Is it quieter where you are?
yes, I'm in LA, but like in West Hollywood where it's quieter.
Oh, nice. Dialing in from LA. I love that. I feel like LA is like my spiritual home.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I'm a big, big fan of LA, but I haven't made it there to live. Hi Casey, where are you dialing in from? Some people are shy.
That's understandable.
That's okay.
So, sorry, I didn't realize my microphone was off. I live on the mid north coast of Australia.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I tend to get people from Australia and America as like my two because I live in Australia as well. But yeah, welcome. How did you guys find out about this?
I own both your ebooks and I've been following you for a little while now. I've only just really gotten into spirituality and astrology in the last 12 months, so I'm learning a lot.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you for purchasing the ebooks. I need to do more of those. I'm always like, I'm going to do them for every moon, and I do not, and I should.
Oh, I heard about you through my Reiki teacher. She said that she went, her and this other girl in my class went to, I guess, one of your astrology brunches in LA, something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Lord, how amazing. Who's your teacher?
Danny Margot.
Yes. Oh, we love Danny. Yes, Danny is amazing. She held some of my moon circles for me in LA for a while, which I want to get going up again. But yeah, amazing. That's awesome. Well, I we'll see if more people drop in. You never know. Some people say they're coming, but they want the what's the replay? That's the word. All, all
Okay.
this whole thing is going to be me going, what's the word? So I, in true Aquarius fashion, have made a PowerPoint because that is how I roll. Let me see. Let's just get that up. Can you guys see this?
Yep, I can see it.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. Do you guys know, like, oh, we've got another friend. So, do you guys know where Taurus is in your chart?
Yeah, I have a lot of Taurus. I have Venus, Moon, and I think Lilith.
Oh, good. So this will be a powerful one for you then,
Yeah.
especially in your Venus, because what I wanted to focus on today, which is the next slide, is all about the relationship between pleasure and money, because that's big on Taurus. Because I feel like when a lot of people talk about Taurus, they just talk about, oh, Taurus are stubborn and they like to eat. And I'm like, oh my God, can we get beyond the stereotypes? So,
That's accurate though.
also accurate, also accurate. Okay, amazing. Who else has Taurus in their chart that they know about? Any major placements?
I don't have any that I know of.
You're like, no Taurus here. It'll be
No.
interesting to see, Casey, which house Taurus rules for you,
Mhm.
because that'll show you afterwards where this moon's going to affect you the most, like what
Yep.
area of your life. So that's always good to know. Um, and yeah, hello, Lizzie. I haven't said hello to you yet. How are you?
Hello,
Hi, how you going?
I'm good. I just joined, sorry.
No, no, you're fine. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. Do you know where Taurus is in your chart?
Yes, I have Mars in Taurus, and Taurus rules my midheaven, my 10th house.
Oh, yes, the 10th house as well. So this is really going to help you be like, how can you get really clear in what you're offering if you have a business from a brand point of view and how that is going to be linked to like the beauty of creating your business or even just like about how you want to present to the world and maybe how that's been hindered or helped by your perspective as well. So a lot around self-worth there as well and public perception.
Yeah, I've actually incorporated a lot of Taurus within my business because I'm like, oh, I want to like appeal to everyone, using all their senses and all that.
Oh my God, the fact you're even doing it with sensors as well is absolutely perfect. And with your Mars as
Mm.
well, I think this will be really helpful, this workshop, because it will show you specifically how to take action using the lens of pleasure and how do you have more fun and earn more money. Not earn. I don't
Yay.
like that word. It's very patriarchal, but receive more money. Really
Yes.
beautiful thing. Okay, amazing. So I reckon if anyone else is dropping in now, I'm probably just going to march right through and we'll interact with them. There are going to be certain interactive parts of this where I would love you to talk back to me. So it's not just me chatting at you. But any questions before we go? Okay. Okay. So I'm a Taurus North node, by the way. I should have mentioned with that. So I've got to be more Taurus. My South node, so my North node, if you don't know, is all about your purpose and where you're supposed to be moving towards and like the themes to bring in to live your best life. And I definitely need more Taurus. And I'm a Scorpio South node and it's Scorpio season. So this is a really big one for me. And I feel like for me, it's about being less intense and like stopping, burning things down and starting again, and really just leaning into like slow building and pleasure and all of the things we're talking about today. So I am learning along with you. So I really loved this whole thing wrapped into one sentence, which is if it doesn't pay you or please you, it is beneath you. Bye. I feel like there are so many freaking distractions and people and things that want to take from us, and sometimes you need to give to that. But if this is really not helping you feel good or get paid, then it needs to F off, quite frankly. So this workshop's really going to be all about that. You're going to see multiple of these monies, and then I'm hoping that you see multiple of those monies piling up in your bank account. Yes, I do. I want all of you just to be like so full of freedom and pleasure and getting paid because we have been taught that, by society that, people that have money are bad, the money is evil, all of these things. And actually, money is super neutral. And it is my personal mission to get more money into the hands, specifically of good women, the gays and the theys, so that we can circulate it because it's a currency that's supposed to be circulated. And then we'll do better, help the community, help the world. And that's how we raise consciousness. So I love talking about money. Maybe that's also why it's my Taurus North Node. So, what we're doing today is we're going to be burning down the stories that keep you broke, busy, and unfulfilled. No, 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 no more of that. We're going to ground your nervous system back into pleasure and safety. So, I've got tapping that I'll take you through, which is tapping on acupressure points. And we are going to rewire your energy to call in cash, love, if you want it, confidence as well. And then manifest a life that looks as good as it feels. So that really is the end goal of what I do. Like through various services such as psychic readings, astrology, and astro life coaching, help my clients create their best lives, remember who the fuck they are, step into that and then get rich helping the world or helping themselves, whatever that looks like. And I house that under the Cosmic Company because I did so many things and people were like, you need to really narrow that down. And I thought, fuck narrowing that down. You need to widen your perception. So I housed it under a company called the Cosmic Co. And it really is your modern guide to the universe. So how can you work with, astrology, dimensions, time travel, aliens to really create an easier, better life here on Earth using what we know from the cosmos, which is no small feat, let me tell you. So, how's that under what I call cosmic coaching or manifestation coaching? And like I told you, we would like use your birth chart and human design to decode who you are, but then I'll use all kinds of things like NLP, hypnosis, energy work to basically get rid of the shit that's holding you back and create a dream reality, working with everything we know from your spirit guides, the universal laws, etc., and essentially deprogram the patriarchy out of your system, help you escape the matrix, and just have a really fucking brilliant life. So these are some of the services. I won't go over those, but past life regression, psychicness. But what is exciting is I've started a new platform called Coven. So 2 years ago, I don't know if you guys knew me then, but I had an app called Woo Woo, which was beautiful. It was my dream of years. And it essentially was this like sanctuary and platform that I've now redone and relaunched because I had somebody that I shouldn't have built it with. It didn't work out. And I was like, this is not the energy. So 3 years later, to almost the day, We're relaunching, and essentially, you can meet spiritual besties. You can list your offerings, sessions, and circles. You can discover healers, events, and retreats, collaborate, barter, and grow together. So it's kind of like Eventbrite meets Instagram, meets Reddit, everything you need all in one place, especially with like how fucked up some of the platforms are getting out there. I was like, I really need to start this again. So it's free for now. I don't know how we're monetizing yet. I just want to see if it works. And we've got hundreds of people signing up. So if you feel called, please do join us. That's enough about us. Let's get into what's going to help you and this workshop. Okay, so let's talk about Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus, and this is the planet of love, beauty, and money, but also self-worth, right? So I always say that if you are noticing in your life that money is maybe like out of line for you, or it's feeling like it's not coming in, I'm like, how much fun are you having? What's your self-worth looking like? Because it's all a heart game. You manifest from your heart predominantly and your vibration and your frequency, which is created by your heart space. And Taurus energy and me are here to remind you that life is meant to feel good. Now, is it a state of feeling good all of the time? Absolutely not. Happiness, like joy, is fleeting, like all emotions, but it's when we are ruled by certain emotions that really keep us stuck and small. Our old programming, the shit that someone said to us when we were 7 has then railroaded us for 25 years. And it has been or like maybe something someone did to us in an early relationship meant that we kept repeating that relationship for 22 years. Talking for a friend here, obviously. But this whole thing, like it needs to go. This is how the matrix keeps us small. When we remember who we are, when we are in our feminine and, really balanced with that masculine energy within ourselves and we're sensual and we are grounded and indulgent and remembering that life here is supposed to be enjoyed. There are going to be days where it feels harder, but there's ways of bringing joy and pleasure into your daily life. And this is the beauty of it all. So it's like, maybe there's a friend who is hustling way too hard because they're trying to prove something, because they've watched all the old Gary Vee videos, or maybe they're skipping breakfast, or like they've got problems raising their prices. This is for them. This is for you. So Taurus is all about building slow, steady wealth, no chaos, no drama, no rushing. Some things do need to be rushed, albeit Taurus can be a little bit slow sometimes. So it really is about creating these systems, the masculine side, the systems that hold the beauty, the creativity of the feminine flow so that you feel secure. And that is from financially, emotionally, and physically. And then there's no need to chase what's already yours because it's coming in because you're in that feminine flow because you've created that security within yourself. So, safety is really found through, like I've told you, pleasure, routine. I'm a double Aquarius, so I get really freaking bored by routine, but I make sure that I have to do one thing, at least one thing every day on the business to make it grow forwards, even when I'm scared of showing up, even when it's boring, even when I don't want to, because I don't have a team to help me yet. So I need to be doing that shit. I need to be wearing the different hats. So I'm like, how do I make it fun? How do I make it beautiful? Like, how do I make a presentation beautiful? Put some stars on there. And it's essentially saying like everything, like appreciating what you have every day, like the warm sheets, beautiful meals, laughing with friends. Taurus really doesn't separate spirituality from reality. It's about creating heaven on earth because especially in a spiritual space, you'll have so many people that are so defined by their spirituality, like, oh, I'm spiritual. I'm not judging that so much as being like, girl, you are a human. You're supposed to like, spirituality is not a definition of self, it's a way of being. And that's where here it's like, how do you bring what you know, all of that knowledge, and embody it and bring it back down so that you can create a beautiful life for yourself? And money and self-worth are really, like I said, they're inseparable in this energy. So you need to charge like you mean it. Raise your prices after this. I just raised mine recently because I brought them down again. And I was like, who are you doing? Who are you trying to please with that? And then I realized it was like some of the customers that would come in and be like, your prices are too high. they're not even that high. And it's essentially saying, you're just not ready for me yet. And that's okay. You're not my client yet. So that's not a reflection on me, it's a reflection of them. So just make sure that other people aren't projecting their reality or version of who you should be, and then keep playing that out in these loops in this programming. Be like, what makes me feel good? What doesn't make me feel good? What needs to go? We're going to do some of that here in today's exercise. And ask for more. It's not about being greedy. Like I went to a reading the other day and she was like, you are going to be rich in this lifetime, but you're not greedy. And I was like, it's interesting that you would correlate wanting more money, wanting a beautiful life, wanting to center myself as being greedy, but that again, that's patriarchal programming. You've got the ultimate programming there. So there's so much that we need to decenter and center ourselves. And Taurus energy is about centering yourself and making it fun and making it beautiful and making it sexy, making it juicy. And really embodying this and embodying that over hustle. And when I say productivity, I mean more in the hustle sense, more like I don't want you so much like killing yourself in the name of working really hard because you'll probably find that doesn't always have the output that you want, especially when it comes to posting more or being seen more or doing more from a frantic energy. Not so much like when you've got to pull, a few days quite hard work because you're launching something that's different. It's where is it coming from, love or fear? We're driven by two emotions, love or fear. So when you're moving from love and peace, and it's not always possible, everything expands. And Shaman Durek posted something the other day, which I loved. And he said, ask God if it's true. And it's whatever you call the universe. I call the universe God from a non-religious point of view. It's more like that just is the most direct name for me, for the creator, for source, for spirit. And if you've got like a thought being like, you're charging too much, who do you think you are doing to do this? An intrusive thought, say to God, is that true? And then say it out loud and hear what comes back. And you'll know that that programming is a lie that you have been sold. So while this Taurus full moon is happening, it's in Scorpio season, which is like the direct opposite. So when the full moon is in Taurus in this season, this is really turning up the heat. It's like Scorpio like brings intensity and passion and transformation. So you are going to see transformation in the areas of where Taurus is in your chart. Shit that needs to go, friendships that need to go, that want the old version of who you are. So Taurus wants peace and Scorpio wants truth. But it's like, what's the Venn diagram of that meeting in the middle? And together, this is like really creating this emotional wealth. So this isn't just like what you're seeing in your bank account. It's also like, how much do you trust yourself? When are you going to stop betraying yourself? And like when you are like loving on yourself and taking yourself on dates and treating yourself like your own partner, you are going to be so much more magnetic to other people, the right clients, and the universe and money. And essentially, like Scorpio season really will show, and look at where Scorpio is in your chart as well. It reveals where you cling to control and intensity. So it exposes everything from like people, beliefs, habits that are draining your energy and blocking your abundance. And Taurus then is then teaching you how to rebuild after that. So when you've got both feet on the ground and go touch grass like they say, definitely get into nature every day, when especially if you're building and creating, if you are birthing something, creating something, whatever that is, you want to be damn sure that you are getting into nature every day to go to the original creator, Gaia, who knows how to create something from nothing, and really work with her energy every day as well. So when you do this, this is when stability meets surrender. Because you've got your systems in place, but then with a feminine flow, you've set your intention. Like my intention was today, I really just hope that I help at least three people feel like what they're feeling is valid and hopefully giving them some answers and clarity on where they can find more pleasure and attract more money in their life. That was my intention. That's an energetic blueprint that's signaled out into the world of what I want. So that is the surrender. Because then I have to trust that that's what's going to happen. And I said to God, I was like, flow through me and say what you need to say. And so there might be something today when you were like, it was that bit. And I'll be like, that was probably channeled and I don't remember saying it. So I set intentions that way while having, say, the structure of this PowerPoint, right? Then I have the feminine flow of channeling. That's how the business needs to be. That's how life needs to be for you as well. And then when you do that, that's when you get the peace because you knew you did everything that you could. So with the full moon, it's essentially saying we are no longer settling for crumbs. We are not a side dish. We are the main course. Yes, we are. We are delicious. We are tasty. We are enough. And the last Taurus full moon will have cracked your ego open, ripped off your comfort zone, and really exposed every place that you were overgiving, undercharging, and performing strength instead of living in it. And it doesn't like Taurus really just doesn't care about how many goals you've kicked off. It's saying, how happy are you? And how fulfilled and aligned are you? And are you actually like feeling any of them? And it will be like, are you chasing everything or are you claiming it as yours in the first place so that it comes to you? So with this moon, and if you haven't got a journal, I'd highly recommend getting one. I should have said that. Or just writing it down. I'd love you to ask the question, what if enough is already yours? What if the real flex is peace? So this is the moment where you're really saying that beauty, money, and self-worth all hum in the same frequency, and we're not pushing harder anymore. We are receiving louder. And that's what this energy is. We are going to jump into an exercise in 2 slides. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about Venus here because Venus rules Taurus and Venus is the ultimate goddess. She is the ultimate divine feminine, Aphrodite. So Venus wants you to melt back into your feminine magnetism and really trading the performance of worthiness for the embodiment of feeling it naturally for yourself because embodiment doesn't need to perform. It's more inward driven versus external validation. So it's to stop proving and then start receiving. So when you already are living like you deserve more, the universe has no choice but to match your energy because it's a co-creation. It'll always match your frequency. So this is the moon. It's saying slow down, let things feel good, and make it your business to feel pleasure and make it your business to make your pleasure your business plan. So money loves calmness. Like it is neutral, but it really does well with a calm energy. But it's not to say you need to be calm all the time. We're not bypassing your other feelings. It's just predominantly getting yourself back to a state where you are not constantly reacting, and it's hard. And some things you do react to, but how you bring your reactions down to a ground-based level through everything from meditation to walking, going to the gym, microdosing, getting healing, whatever it is that you need to do to make your nervous system stop going. Mine still does it, especially out here. I'm in Vietnam at the moment, walking around with a loud beeping for no reason from all the scooters. My nervous system's like, oh my God. But it's coming down pretty quickly because certain things I can do, acupressure points that I can press that brings it down, Reiki that I can do on myself. So get the tools that you need to bring calmness into your life. And that's when you're not chasing either and you attract more naturally and deliciously. Like that's the word here. Juicy and delicious. Taurus energy. So the other thing that I wanted to touch on here is that Mercury retrograde is going to be starting now. I had this in the last workshop too. So this is starting on November 9th to the 29th. And it's going to be in Sagittarius and Scorpio. So why I'm just putting it here is because I always like to give people a little bit of heads up. It's not a curse, it's a recalibration. It'll basically bring in these themes of what you're going through with this full moon. And it'll really focus on your perspective of how things are, because again, that's your programming, the limiting beliefs, and the truth of what it actually is. So first it will dig into your emotions about everything Scorpio season. And then it'll check if the belief still makes sense, which is how then Sagittarius comes in. So with all of this, often in retrograde season, it's a chance to slow down. And Mercury is like communication as well. So it's like, how are you talking to yourself about your beliefs? How are you talking to the world about who you are? And, sometimes travel plans or certain things get thrown out because you are supposed to be still. you are supposed to be working on these things. It's not always possible. There's kids, family, but as much as you can, take pockets of time to focus on you. You might find that the odd ex gets back in touch. Love that. Or an old idea comes about, like my woo-woo idea that's now coven. And it'll be like, now it's time for that. Not everything needs to be pursued, though. So review everything, take it slow, reconnect with those that are worth reconnecting with. Not everyone deserves your energy as well. So that's just to keep your eye on if you in a few days when you're like, what the fuck is happening? Nothing to be scared of. Just slow down, recalibrate. It's a gift. So, with the themes of money and pleasure, Taurus is teaching you that pleasure is productivity. I actually manifest the best when I'm resting. I always get sales when I'm like on a walk or when I am with a friend laughing or having great sex. It comes faster when my body's feeling safe and I'm not on being like, oh my God, I need to meet my quota this month. I haven't done X, Y, and Z. Panic, 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 panic. Are you coming from love or fear? Right? So when I'm not hustling, it's when it comes in. So you are allowed to rest despite what the patriarchy tells you, but I'm going to be candid with you. Like even today in this beautiful country, something that was like going to be 4 hours on a workshop this afternoon got cancelled. I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? And I was like, well, obviously I need to work because it's still in my programming that it's got to be on all of the time. I'm like, how do I have fun? Because I'm still working on pleasure myself, right? Taurus North Node, I'm learning. So not everyone's got this together. So you are allowed, Betty, to rest and still receive, and you're allowed to get rich. Yes, and stay soft. Okay, so this will be where I would love to hear back from you, and not straight away, but I would love to well, first we'll write them down, but I'd love to hear from you. So in your journal or your phone now, just take a few minutes and write down, I feel most wealthy when dot 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 and finish that sentence. And then the next one will be writing down one money habit that feels good, one that feels gross. Um, what are you keeping? What's getting the Taurus burn it treatment? So it could be like, what do you want to keep in your life? Not everything, obviously. What's one thing that costs nothing that makes you feel rich as hell? What's one boundary you can set that protects both your peace and your paycheck? So yeah, the first one is finish the sentence. I feel most wealthy when. I'm trying to think what mine would be. Mm. Mine is such a Libra Taurus answer. I feel most wealthy when I'm Christmas shopping and my friends and I go for a glass of champagne mid-shopping trip. Girl, I feel so wealthy then. Even if I'm only spending $100 on gifts. But yours might be like, I feel most wealthy when I'm surrounded by love. I feel most wealthy when I'm in bed reading the newspaper. What makes you feel wealthy? Anyone want to share?
I can share.
I'd love
Can you hear
that.
me?
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So I put when I laugh, when I keep my full day open, to do whatever I want, and then when I have a good conversation.
Yes, that's so good. Yeah, when you've got like a full open day and you can do whatever you want with no pressure.
Yeah.
Time, man. That's a good one. Mine was a little more shallow than that. It was about champagne and Christmas shopping. I'm fine with it though. Thank you. I love that. Anyone else?
I think I feel the most wealthy when I'm actually not thinking about money, believe it or not.
That makes sense though, because it's like,
Mhm.
do rich people need to think about money all the time? Probably not.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not something that you have.
that's right. And when usually when I'm thinking about money nonstop, it comes from a scarcity mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's such a good point. I love that. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely one to keep in mind for when it keeps happening as well. And then, like, how do you distract? I mean, obviously, it depends on the situation, right? As well. Like, we never want to minimize again or bypass. I don't want to be one of those bitches that do that. But it's like, how do you like switch that? Or we have a thing in NLP called like a breaker, where you like would be like it's almost like oh squirrel. So it's like how do you watch something on Netflix to take your mind off it, or like listen to an audiobook or go something just to like tell your mind because your mind is your tool, not the other way round, and it like runs us, doesn't it?
Mhm. That's right.
Yeah. Thank you. No, that's a very really good point, Casey, when you're not thinking about money. I love that. How about you, Lizzie?
For me, it's when I look good. So
Ooh,
it's like, okay, I'm wearing my best outfit, makeup, I'm moisturized. Like, what would I look like if I had all the money?
yes. That's big Taurus energy right there. I love that. Love that. Thank you. Amazing. Okay. Thanks for sharing. I always love it when people get involved. It's not me, just me chatting to myself. So the next one is write down one money habit that feels good and one that feels gross. As an example, because I love to expose myself. One, if I'm just thinking, one money habit for me that feels good is when I actually know how much money is going in and out, not without holding it. But that's like one because I used to like be like, oh, I'm just gonna spend everything and I'll have no idea why the money ran out. And then one that probably feels gross is again, yeah, not knowing when stuff's going in and out. Um, because I want to have some idea at all points. Again, not as a control thing, but as a responsible thing, as a respectful thing to money. So that's my example. So definitely journal yours.
You wanted to share one?
Oh yeah, I would love it. I was
Oh, okay.
you'll have done it that quickly.
No, I was like, I already know. I know a good habit I have is when I pay a bill and I'm like grateful that I have the money to pay it. Like I took a moment where I'm like, thank God I have the money.
Yes.
Um, but I guess I get from like it's when I check my bank account the first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Amazing. Anyone else?
Yeah, one habit
Hi.
that feels bad for me is I I grew up in a household with a real scarcity mindset,
Mm.
and even though I'm in a very good financial position currently, even though there's money in the bank, I still have a real scarcity mindset. Whenever I go to buy something, I second guess myself
Oh yeah.
because I'm like, oh my gosh, if I spend money on this, I'm going to see my bank account come down. And even though I know more money will come, it's just a lot of procrastination, really, just purely based on the beliefs that I was brought up with.
Yeah, because they run deep, don't they, when you brought up with
They,
that
they
fear?
really, really do.
Me too. Me too. I was brought up with the same thing and like with a mom that would like shop loads, but then like also act like she never had any money. When I would ever buy anything, even though I'd earned the money as a teenager, she'd be like, who are you to be buying this? And that's still in me now. And like, I
Yeah.
don't know if you ever do this. I don't do it all the time, but I always say whatever, when I'm spending, I always say whatever I spend right now comes back to me tenfold.
Yes, that's what my husband always says too.
There you go. He is wise. Um, and then there's also something you could do as well. Like, you could literally do, have you ever done tapping, Casey?
I'm recently new to it. I've only actually just started doing it in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, amazing.
And
Life
yeah,
change.
and I actually discovered EFT through reading your ebook, What the F is Happening. I'm halfway through that at the moment. And that was actually where I first heard about it. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Oh, I love that that was you. Gala Darling did it for me. She taught me everything. She's amazing.
Yep.
I was going to say as well, what you can do on there is you can basically put into ChatGPT all of your fears around it and then say,
Mhm.
write me an EFT script. And you can just do that for 30 days and watch it change your life.
That's a really good idea, actually. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And we'll do one at the end of this as well that's all around this.
Hmm.
Fabulous. How about you, Lizzie?
I would say for me, I've been adapting kind of more of like that overspending mentality because I also grew up in like that scarcity mindset where I'm like, oh, I don't need this. Like, do I really need this? But now it's kind of like, um, it's more about making myself happy, satisfying myself. So that's what makes me feel good is spending without that fear.
Yes.
And then the thing that makes me feel gross is when I say like, "Oh, I'm not gonna get that because I'm broke." Like even then, like I feel nasty saying that. Like I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to say that." Even if I am, like I won't say that.
Oh, 100%. And like I have been so guilty of that as well. And then I learned from Manifestation Babe that apparently saying, instead of broke, you probably heard this, like it's just not a financial priority for me right now. And I loved that.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's like, how many times are you going to remember to say that? Well, fab. I think we're all on similar veins there. And then this is quite a fun one. You might have already done it, but what's one thing that costs nothing but makes you feel rich as hell? I think you may have answered it before. I'm trying to think for me, because like costs nothing or maybe costs just a little bit. So for me, it might be like I got in Vietnam, they have the best, you can't say this, the best coffee I've ever had in my life. And it's like $1 and it's called salt coffee and it makes me feel so rich. It's so good. How about you guys?
To me, I feel like walking in nature. If you can be surrounded by beautiful landscape
Mm.
or even looking up at the moon, I look at the stars and the moon every single night. And to me, being out in nature or looking at the stars and moon, to me, that just feels like real life magic.
Real life magic. I love it. It's true, isn't it? Especially with the
Yeah.
full moon.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to do a walk tonight.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I love that. It's beautiful. Thank you. Who wants to go
For
next?
me, it's got like a morning self-care ritual. So if I wake up like an hour early and like light a candle and journal, and feel really good.
Yeah, that's so important as well. I think your mic's a little fuzzy for me, Nicole. I'm not sure.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
A little so much better. I was like, I'm trying to hear. I think you said
Oh,
like self-care rituals.
yeah, like a morning self-care ritual if I like wake up an hour early
Yeah.
and light a candle, journal. It just feels like nice to have time.
Yeah, that's amazing. Again, big Taurus energy right there. I love it. I need to start doing that again. Amazing. It was everyone, isn't it? Okay, so the final one is what's one boundary that you can set that protects both your peace and your paycheck? Because it's the same. I'm trying to think. For me, it would be a boundary with friends that try. Do you know what really gets me when and it's my own thing with the Libra as well. I've got certain friends that want lots of free advice. I'll be like, oh, can you just do me a tarot reading? Oh, can you tell me like what this means in my astrology chart? And like, sure, I can, but like if it happens again, it's like you should be paying and supporting your friends. And that is a boundary that I need to set with friends. I've said it online with people that try and do it, but it's harder with your friends. So that is definitely one for me. How about you guys?
One thing I always think of, and I learnt this from my husband as well, is choosing when I'm spending money, quality over quantity.
Mm,
Buying something that will last for years or something that I will use repeatedly rather than buying something that I might use once or twice or it's it's a bit cheaper but poorer quality and will break
yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Your husband sounds very wise.
Yeah, he's very good with money. He's a
Yeah.
Leo, so he's a Leo, so he's a real hustler with money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Leos can go both ways. They're either really good or they're just like, I'm gonna spend everything.
Well, he was originally like that when I first met him, but
Oh,
I'm a Capricorn sun, so
oh
you
yeah.
know I helped him reel it in,
Yeah.
and And now he's, yeah, fantastic with money.
Wow, that's amazing. That sounds like maybe a calling you could have with people. Got a lot of people would love that. Fabulous. Thank you for sharing. Anyone else? What's one boundary you can set?
Not taking so much work home, I think would be helpful because I feel like I work past hours pretty much.
Oh my God, yeah. Because then it's like if you're doing all this free work as well, and they're probably not compensating you for it, that's protecting both your peace and your paycheck.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of that. I remember like I would work until 11 p.m. and then start work at 5 a.m. before I even went into the office because I obviously had injuries around self-worth and money. So I was like, no. So I feel you. How about you, Lizzie?
I would say like setting my own prices within my business and like not feeling guilty about like, oh, like, um, economy's tough and not everyone's gonna want to spend money.
Mm.
But you said so before, like, oh, if they don't want to spend money, then they're not your client right
No,
now.
no, and you know what? I actually blocked someone the other day that had had a go at me a few times about my prices, and she would follow and unfollow him. She did it again the other day. I was like, do you know what? I don't care. I am blocking you, and I'm a nice person, but like, mm-mm. And I think that, I recently raised my prices, not by loads on my readings, and I've had more bookings, interestingly. So we can actually get you more money by doing it, Lizzie, which is interesting. It's the opposite of what you think.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so definitely recommend it. Fabulous. Okay, so that is like just some basic things on money and pleasure. So we've got about 15 minutes left, and I've got a lot left for us. Bloody hell. All right, what I'm going to do, ladies, I always put way too much in this shit because I get very excited. So I've got a rich life audit, but I'm going to send this to you afterwards, and you can do it. So I'll send you the link and the video workshop, and I'll send that to everyone watching as well because you never know who this can help. So this is the Rich Life Audit, which kind of does a bit of what we've done, but in more. So I'll just talk you through it real quick. But there's like two columns. You label one that feels expensive and the other feels draining. And under what feels expensive, you list all of the things and the people, by the way, that make your energy rise, the moments that make you feel rich. Some of the stuff we've talked about. And then under the feels draining, what is taking too much of your energy or time or self-respect, could be undercharging clients, having to over-explain yourself all the time, or just the fact that you feel really icky around a certain person. All of that shit affects your pleasure and your money. So, and then once you've done that, you then ask yourself, why am I still spending energy like I'm broke? And you circle three draining items that you're ready to stop funding with your energy. And then you take your pen over one thing. I'd say three, four things actually. I'm going to change that and say more of this, please. So it's like a little full moon ritual for yourself. And then with the affirmation, you say money flows easily when my energy feels safe. I am wealthy in peace, time, and self-respect. So that'll be something that you can do. But what I wanted to move on to, because I still want to do the tapping with you guys. Also, I've done you some journal questions to go even deeper on this. So if you want to spend some time in your own ritual, I've got money and pleasure questions for you. So you can really, really just like dive deeper into all of this. But what I wanted to do here, and what I've already done it, so like the cards are all answered, but I wanted to do a mini tarot pull for you. And basically, I want you to pick a number, one, two, or three, keep it to yourself for now, and just hold that number in your mind. And then I'm going to tell you what each means. So let me get up my meanings. So if you had pile one, this is the Empress card. I've actually put my cards over there, but the Empress card, picture that. So this theme for you for this Taurus full moon is wealth through softness, creativity, and embodiment. So you're the blueprint, and it's not because you're hustling hardest, but it's about keeping like your presence as a point that shifts the energy, like you are the change. So this is essentially the whole Taurus embodiment here. I deserve this without performing for it frequency. I am enough. You don't chase. You basically attract everything by being the biggest expression of yourself. And that the next level for you isn't about doing more. So everything we've been saying, so you'll definitely, so if you pull this, you're in the energy. So you don't prove value anymore because you live it. You live it just by being you. You are worthy. Just by being born, you are worthy. This accounts for all of you. And there's so much abundance. Like if you truly appreciate the feeling of abundance, being like, look at all the trees. There are so many trees. The trees don't have to do anything apart from grow to be watered. You know, they just get watered with the rain. There's an abundance of water. We are the same when we're babies. We are born and there's nothing that we have to do to earn food or being loved. We just because we're born, it's no different as an adult, right? So this is why it's understanding that deep in your body. So this is about better standards, better boundaries, like not proving your value anymore to anyone and really fertilizing your ideas like in this rich soil. So, you know, your beauty is your power, your inner beauty, your outer beauty, your softness is a strategy. Anyone that has to raise their voice probably never really had power. We've all raised our voice, but it's when you make them lean in to listen to you, that's where the real power is. So the shadow check here is where have you traded ease for validation? Where did you confuse chaos with passion? And the affirmation is I flourish when I soften, I receive without tension, and my worth is unshakable and my energy is expensive. Who picked card one here? Ah, none of you. Okay, because I was going to copy paste some of those into the chat, but never mind. Okay, pile two. Who picked card two?
I did.
Okay.
Me.
Okay, we've got two of you for two. All right, so this is the Eight of Pentacles, which is all about the money. So the theme is like devotion, refinement, aligned discipline. So this is your reminder that mastery pays, not hustle, mastery. Mastery of yourself. So refining your craft, sharpening your voice, deepening your value, and growth that might feel slow, but it's stacking in silence, right? So again, big Taurus energy. I've said that so many times. Should be a tattoo. Taurus energy really loves consistency, right? So this is not about forced discipline. It's about ritual, rhythm, and devotion for you. So like really showing up for your life, like you're building something sacred. So what are your rituals every day? How are you looking after yourself? How are you leveling up your skills? But how are you leveling up your pleasure? What are three things that you can do to create a juicier life? I'm going to keep saying juicy because it has all the right connotations. And, you know, what do you need to look to for creating pleasure, pride, and legacy? So the world is catching up to your talent and your standards by default are rising too. So charge accordingly. So the shadow check here is where are you grinding to prove something? And where do you fear being seen before you're perfect? Sounds like me, that. So your affirmation is I refine, I rise, I build with patience and pride. Every effort compounds and I let my mastery speak for me. And I don't think mastery means that you've completely mastered something, but it's acting like you do. Like, not so much fake it till you make it, but like, how do you like just understand that there is someone for everyone in every kind of business, and just because there's a million versions out there, there's no version that's you. There's no way that you speak to the people that you need, the clients that you need. And I used to be like, why would anybody need another astrologer, a tarot reader, or a life coach? Like, there's so many out there. So I just wouldn't show up to these moon circles. I wouldn't show up to the podcast. I'd hide behind writing books, and like, that's good because it helps people, right? But I'm like, maybe people need it in the way that I say it. And maybe I say things in a way that other people don't, that resonate at a certain frequency. So it really is about your frequency as well. So journal prompts, and I'll post these in. Where do I overwork out of fear instead of devotion? What routines support my best work without draining me? And how can I work with my body, not against it? So let me just put those in the chat and let me know. Chat. And then you should be able to take a screenshot. Let me know if you can see those. Cool. And then Casey, you were pile three, were you?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Oh, some really freaking good cards in this. So this was the Queen of Cups.
Queen of Cups.
Your Queen energy, honey. So this is receiving, emotional safety, and intuition. So the Queen of Cups reminds you that your magic is internal. You are the magic. Your intuition is your wealth. Really, like how you're going to get to wealth, how you're going to get to even more success. It's just following your intuition. Stop asking outsiders and start learning to trust yourself, and that your emotional softness isn't a liability. So you don't need to put on like sort of any external like, even if you work in an industry that's like that, like teach them what it's like to be in a Queen of Cups in your soft feminine energy, but you don't take no shit. So you manifest by feeling safe to receive. When your heart opens, abundance flows. So this is saying like when your nervous systems feeling held, then opportunities are going to find you. So this moon is cleansing your emotional field. So let the tears come, let the softness rise, and let yourself be supported without apology. So you don't need to get over it. You need to let yourself be supported. So feel it, integrate it. So anything that you're going through, really learn to integrate it and let it feel seen as a feeling. So, and it's the question is for the shadow, where have you been hardening yourself to feel safe? Where do you still equate softness with weakness? And the affirmations are, my emotions are sacred intelligence. Receiving is natural for me. I trust myself. I trust pleasure. I trust my path. And then your journal prompts are, what emotion am I finally ready to honor instead of manage? Where am I safe to soften? And what does receiving look like without guilt? And I'll put those in the chat for you so you can take them. But did those cards resonate with you, ladies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that is fabulous because I don't always do the tarot pulls, but it just was really cool to this time. So we've got 7 minutes left. Do you want me to run the tapping for you, or would you want me to just send it as a script afterwards for you both to do by yourself? You tell me.
Whatever's easier for you.
Yeah, I can go through it now.
Yeah, it's not very long. Okay. And obviously, like, if you guys want any more help, I just like feel free to book coaching or readings or healings or any of that stuff with me as well. So that's all in there. So I'll send that through. And then we are gonna do this tapping. So we're gonna start on just like taking a really big breath in and letting it out and just follow my hand movements. Lizzie, have you ever tapped before?
Yes.
Okay, fabulous. I won't go into explaining it too much then. All right. So we're going to start on this, what's called the karate chop. And you can just repeat after me, either out loud or in your head. Okay. So even though I have been hustling so hard, I forgot how to feel. I deeply love and accept myself. Even though part of me believes that rest means failure, I'm open to letting this full moon show me another way. Even though I've been performing worth instead of embodying it, I'm ready to remember who I am when I stop trying to prove it. Okay, so now we're going to go to the top of the head. This Taurus full moon is my reset.
This Taurus.
This is my body letting go. This is my permission to slow down and still receive. I've spent way too long earning what's already mine. It is safe to stop chasing. I release the stories that say I have to struggle to deserve abundance. I let go of every old identity built on survival. I forgive myself for confusing chaos with power. I let my nervous system feel safe with softness. I let money feel calm, consistent, and easy. I'm learning that pleasure and profit can coexist, honey. Venus rules Taurus, and she is not here for the burnout. She wants me sexy, juicy, magnetic, and well paid. It is safe for my life to feel beautiful. It is safe for my body to feel good. Every time I slow down, I open space for miracles. I can be grounded and still grow. I can be soft and still strong. I'm rewriting the rules about what abundance and money looks like for me. I'm allowed to be the main course, honey, not the crumbs. I am allowed to build wealth that feels peaceful. I am allowed to receive without guilt. I choose rest as my new ROI.
That's my new.
I choose pleasure as my new productivity. I trust that what's meant for me will find me. I am rich in time. I am rich in love. I am rich in peace. I am rich in money. I am rich in self-trust and self-love. If it doesn't pay me or please me, it's beneath me. I don't chase, I attract. I don't prove, I embody. I am the evidence that ease is profitable. My life is beautiful, juicy, and I am rich as fuck. I am the main character of my own life, and I create a beautiful life. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And take in a really big breath. And breathe in all the pleasure, all the miracles, all the juiciness, all the money. And breathe out all the fake friends, everyone who doesn't work for you, clients that like won't pay the prices that you want. Hardness, out, 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 be gone, and shake it all over. Get rid of it. And that is it. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I will send this to you. Can you do it as many times as you want? And yeah, I hope you loved it, and I hope you have a beautiful full moon. I hope you get lots of money and pleasure.
You too.
Thank you. You
Manifesting that.
too.
Thank you, ladies. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.